Listen, I think we can all agree that LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has been absolutely incredible so far. I mean, whether it be the original trailer revealed or any of the follow-up announcements that they've made regarding any new characters, locations, so on and so forth, has been absolutely tremendously exciting. But I know, calm down, I know what you're saying already, because someone's down there in the comments to type in the most common complaint about LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has been, why, oh why, are there only 7 playable characters? I mean, overwhelmingly so, every single video that I make for LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, that is the #1 occurring and recurring comment that I see is people complaining and questioning whether or not there will be more than 7 playable characters. Now, I expect when the game releases, when we go and buy the game physically or digitally, I do actually expect for there to be only 7 playable characters at launch. Now, the reason why I expect that is because it's kind of what they've told us through their FAQ. I mean, they pretty much hinted at the idea that that would be the 7 characters that we get. However, I also expect for there to be more playable characters added after the game releases. Now, I don't know if these are going to be paid characters, meaning paid DLC, or maybe they'll go the route of actually giving us some free content, which would be obviously pretty dang incredible as well. But regardless, I definitely do feel pretty comfortable to predict that we will have more playable characters as the game releases. And so with that being said, in today's video, we're going to go on ahead and discuss the top 5 characters that I would like to see added as playable characters in LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Now, of course, Gothamites, before we actually get into the list itself, just a quick reminder, if you do enjoy today's video, scroll on down, smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so very much for your kindness and your continued support. And without further ado, let's dive to the list. And so we kick things off on the list with number 5, and that is the one, the only, the legendary Alfred Pennyworth. That's right, the Wayne family butler isn't just here to go ahead and serve some tea and I guess sass as well as his patented British humor, but he's ready to go ahead and dive into the action and lay the smackdown on tons of the foes within Gotham City. I mean, I feel like this one is kind of a no-brainer. He was a playable character in many of the previous LEGO Batman games, so I feel like it would only be natural that he would be a playable character in this one as well, especially because we've already seen him in the actual trailer for the game, so we know that he's going to have a look and a character model within the game, so why not make him playable? You could go ahead and give him his, patented silver tray that could be utilized as maybe like a shield, so he would almost serve as a pseudo Captain America type character in the game. So that would be his weapon of choice, because we know that every character in the game will have sort of a iconic weapon slash gadget. So his weapon could be the tray shield that he could also use as a throwing weapon. Then additionally to that, I feel like maybe he could have like the feather duster as some sort of an item that you could use in order to like track down criminals or look for some sort of clues to solve puzzles. So I feel like that would make perfect sense. Plus, Alfred has a ton of different looks. You could go ahead and pick his different looks from across the different movies, the animated series, heck, even the other video games. So you've got plenty of different costumes that you could include for him, which I think makes him for a perfect playable character. At number 4 is probably the most controversial character on my list, and that is, of course, Azrael. The reason why this one I feel like is somewhat controversial is due to the fact that, well, first of all, this character doesn't have too many costumes. I mean, I guess technically you could say you could have like Azrael Batman and then a couple of his other iconic looks, but he won't actually have that many costumes available to him when compared to some of the other characters on this list. However, I do think that he would make for a really fun and unique character to be included. I feel like from a gameplay perspective, the Flaming Sword of Sin would be a completely different weapon than anything else on this list or that has already been confirmed to be in the game. Plus, I just think from an aesthetic standpoint, this is a very cool and unique looking character, so I feel like that would be a lot of fun to be able to have a character like Azrael actually playable, and would again round out the roster of the playable characters in a nice way in terms of providing something quite a bit different.
Gee, I got so much I want to do today. I don't know
I mean, come on. You knew that this one was going to make the list without a shadow of a doubt. The one, the only, the chaotic queen of crime, Harley Quinn, better known as Harley Quinn, comes in at number 3. I mean, there is literally not a Lego Batman game that has been released so far where she wasn't a playable character. So why would things change now? Plus, similarly to the previous characters that we've talked about so far, like Alfred more specifically, she has so many different looks, so many different costumes, so many different attires that you could go ahead and recreate as playable ones in the game. Obviously, her weapon of choice makes perfect sense to be the iconic giant mallet that she's usually rocking, or hammer if you'd like to call it that. But I just think that, again, this one is a no-brainer. I am going to be absolutely shocked if there are not going to be at least a handful of playable villains in this game. There has not been one Lego Batman game that has been released so far that did not have at least a slew of villains playable, and I don't think that things are going to change. I do expect for there to be at least a couple of playable villains in Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. And who better to be on that list than Harley Quinn. And you know what? I actually have a better character suggestion than even Harley Quinn. And that is, of course, Gotham's clown prince of crime himself, the one, the only, the Joker.
Let's put a few smiles on some faces, shall we?
I mean, come on. How could we not have Joker as a playable character in this game? Every single Lego Batman game has had Joker as a playable character, and I do not see that changing with Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. In fact, I have this weird theory where I feel like when we get closer to the release of the game, they will confirm that there will actually be 7 villains that are also playable. Again, I have no insider information or anything like that. This is just my own personal prediction, but I just feel like there is no world in which the Joker will not have some playable elements in this game. I also think that once again, when we talk about suits, Joker has just as many costumes and just as many varied looks as the Batman does. And because of that, that makes him for a really exciting character to be included. I mean, think about all the different looks and costumes that the Joker has had over his many different iterations across comic books, movies, video games, and everything in between. And I just think that that makes him super exciting just in terms of premise alone. I mean, heck, think about Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, where he was pretty much a pseudo-protagonist character, had just as many playable suits as the Batman. So I just feel like Joker just makes too much sense to not be included in the game. Oh, and I know you're probably wondering, hey Blitz, what is going to be his gadget? What would be his weapon of choice? Well, I think that the game trailer / the demo from Gamescom has already kind of confirmed what his weapon could be, and that is that RPG that he fires at Batman and Commissioner Gordon during the little Red Hood boss fight. I could definitely see that being his main weapon of choice, and then maybe some sort of an electrical zapper ability that he would often use in terms of the handshaking that he does, where he zaps enemies. So I could see that being his 1-2 combination in terms of gadget and unique weapon of choice. And number 1, this one has to happen. If this one doesn't happen, I am genuinely going to be upset and bummed out about Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, because we need the anti-hero of the Bat family, the guns, the grits, and the serious grudge against the previously mentioned character, the Joker. I'm of course talking about the one, the only Red Hood. How freaking cool would it be to have Jason Todd as a playable character in this game? We know that the vast majority of the other members of the Bat family have already been confirmed to be playable in the game. So it only makes perfect sense that we would get Jason Todd's Red Hood as a playable character as well. He has appeared in previous Lego games, so I don't want to hear it from people who are like, oh, he's too violent of a character, they would never include him in a Lego title. They already have. And he's been rocking his dual-wielding pistols in every single one of those games. So I feel like that is definitely a safe bet in terms of they would definitely include him and would not worry about him being quote-unquote too mature of a character. And of course, like I said, for the vast majority of the list covered in today's video, Red Hood would have a ton of cool suits. I know a lot of people always think of him as just rocking that brown leather jacket and pretty much that being his one and only look. That is probably his most iconic look, but you could actually go ahead and include a slew of cool different costumes for him as well, which would once again make him for an excellent addition to the playable roster. Plus, I feel like he is a must-have when we're looking at the entirety of the Bat family. A lot of them have already been confirmed to be included in this game, so why the heck not throw Jason Todd's Red Hood as a playable character as well, and they could even include his motorcycle as a vehicle of choice. So I feel like this one is such a no-brainer. I genuinely would be absolutely shocked if Red Hood does not end up being a playable character in LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So there you have it. That is my list of the top 5 characters that I expect to be confirmed as playable in LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. But now it is time to voice your opinion. Take to the comment section down below and let me know which 5 characters you would like to see confirmed as playable for LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Now, of course, you can go super unrealistic with your predictions and pick like very specific things like Killer Moth or something silly like that, which, hey, I have nothing against Killer Moth. I think it would be really cool if he was included. I just think when we look at the list of all the possible characters that could be confirmed, he does not even make like the top 20. But regardless, have fun with it. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As I said at the top, if you did, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so very much for your kindness and your continued support. I will hopefully see you guys here on the next LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight video. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.